Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. I am Sheila Maria, and it's wonderful to be with you with my lopsided pigtails. It's great to be with you, and I hope wherever you are in the world, you are safe and you are well. Let's put this down a little bit. Lovely to be with you. So today I'm jumping on to talk about bad makeup there. I'm jumping on to talk about Starseed Upgrades. And in particular, we're in the month of Gemini. We've got the new moon of Gemini. There are so many upgrades that are happening for starseeds now. So the first thing I want to do is to clarify the definition of a starseed, which is a soul that incarnates in other places other than Earth. Okay, so the fact mean that you are an of soul that incarnate on Earth. So the reason that starseeds volunteer to come is because they're bringing in a quality that most other earthlings don't necessarily have. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to talk about some of the qualities that starseeds have. And this is being brought to you by my guides, Orion, Bon, all of that lot, because there is a lot of starseed information out there, but some of this is not out there. So I'm channeling this as we speak. So some of the signs that you or someone you love may be a starseed could be that they have an addiction, and the addiction is something that they cannot function without. And very, very often, this isn't the same for every addict, but very, very often it's because they're so sensitive they cannot interact with human souls. So a quality that a starseed would come to Earth to bring would usually be a level of radiance that is not available now. So somebody that has a level of radiance which is going to inspire and motivate Earth souls to grow. So another quality that starseeds will bring to Earth will be questioning and challenging authority. So very often this can be seen in children that are very different from other kids. And sometimes those children just don't follow any of society's rules. I know that I've got one like this. So if you've got a child, or if as a child society's rules just didn't make sense to you, that is very often the naivety, which is actually the hallmarks of a highly benevolent being. That's one of the reasons that people volunteer to come to Earth as well. Okay, thank you. The other quality that some starseeds bring to Earth is a very, very neutral perspective. And these are the people that don't necessarily appear to be full of the light, but they're coming here to help change our ideas about what's socially acceptable, what's right, what's wrong, who makes the rules. And very often they will challenge the base beliefs of the society or the community that they're in. I was actually watching a film about Charles Manson, and my guide said to me, even though he was potty, he actually is an indication of a soul that looks at things from a very neutral point of view and will not conform. Okay, so starseeds are not just people that are full of love and life. They can be very, very complex beings. Okay, Another quality that starseeds are bringing to Earth is musical ability. We're not just talking about singing here, we're talking about hearing language and hearing energy through music. Now, this is definitely not a quality I have. So if you have a way of interpreting the world through music, very often in certain civilizations, the way that they transmit language to each other is through almost like through sonar, like dolphins and whales, and there is a melodic quality to that. So that is another quality that starseeds bring to Earth. Okay, so another starseeds that quality that people bring to Earth is observation. Now, this sounds obvious. We are being observed. We were created by the Anunnaki. That is my belief anyway. But we are being observed. And some of those observers go a step further than observing us from, outer space or observing us interdimensionally. They actually take on a body, but they don't fully get involved in physical life. So you might be an introvert, you might be somebody that doesn't like to be at the front with attention. You might find it natural that you are observing the way that community and society and the way that the media, all the rest of it, the way that humans act. And that is actually one of the reasons that you came. Okay, so the other quality that starseeds are bringing to Earth is to be bridges between the realms. And this is actually the quality that I brought to Earth. So I have always had the capability since a tiny girl of communicating with all the different realms. And these types of souls are called bridges. And these types of souls, you're not necessarily clairvoyant, although you probably will be, but you bring through a different kind of persona than all the other starseeds have. So you can have a very elemental persona, you can be very otherworldly, you can be very disconnected from physical life, yet very connected to water or air, because it's very similar to what space would be like. So for me, when I get in water, I literally can breathe underwater. I have an ability in water that I don't know how to explain. Okay, so another quality that starseeds are bringing to Earth is an ability to unite people that are very different from each other. So if you are somebody that you bring people that have got opposing views or opposing beliefs and you bring them together, that is a quality of many of the Palladians. So that is something I wanted to let you know. So many starseeds at the minute are undergoing upgrades, and I want to cover what these upgrades might look like if you've been here for some time. So this is in the month of June through to mid-July. So you may feel a lot more tired and a lot more emotional than normal. And this is because the last layers of your subconscious, based on your ancestor lines, are being pushed out so that you can work through them and get rid of them. You may also sense that your guides are standing back. Now, one of the reasons that this signifies that you are undergoing an upgrade is that you have to demonstrate what you've learned about yourself. And so usually for a period of 3 weeks, you are expected to operate as your higher self. And what I will say to you, this is a period that I'm going through right now. you often achieve more within that 3 weeks than you do when your guides are there, because you're really ploughing forward with projects and decisions that you've been in two minds about. Okay. This is interesting. You may also see figures, shadowy figures in your house or garden. Now, I didn't expect this, but I know it's something that's been happening for me more than normal. And basically what it is that when you're undergoing an upgrade, all the different realms are part of each other. And you start to see the lower realms as well as the higher realms. And the lower realms can appear to be shadows of people. And this is actually just the astral realms that you're seeing in their raw form as your upgrade occurs. Okay. If you have a dream where you are being initiated and you're in some kind of temple or cavern and you can hear sacred songs, this is a sign that in your higher self form, you are undergoing initiation into an order of light beings. So, we're not just here, we are also in heaven as well. But some of us are being initiated into, I don't want to call them priesthoods, but I want to say you're being initiated into light being groups, so that you can actually bring through more crystalline energy whilst you're here in physical form. Okay. And the other thing that you might experience if you're undergoing an upgrade is tension headaches, specifically headaches going across the back and going around like you've got a band. And this is literally because your spirit rings are being stretched. When your spirit rings are being stretched, your spirit rings are the places where you receive downloads. So when these are being stretched, it's because you're going to bring in higher levels of consciousness. So I am not going to go on YouTube because I think 12 minutes is long enough. What I will say, if you've enjoyed this, please would you subscribe? I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It would make so much difference to me. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'm sure that we will see you soon. Lots of love. Goodbye.